Okay, so this is it. And I'm gonna create a look for myself, but I'm just gonna record it because why not? Give me 1 second. I can name a couple ways, maybe this shit might go. You just might forget that this was what you're getting hyped for. Minute night, know the days, so I'm in that guy who is someone who's sweet and I won't shoot to make that high low. And it's such a typical day. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my eyebrows first. She's just like candy. She's so sweet. No, that it ain't no cherry. No, that it ain't no cherry. She's just like candy. She's so sweet. No, that it ain't real. No, that it ain't real. She's just like candy. She's so sweet, know that it ain't no cherry, know that it ain't no cherry. She's just like candy, she's so sweet. But anyway, I'm doing this for fun because I can always look back. I always like look back at my videos and like I always look back at them and like I'm just like wow. Oh wow. But that's cool. Just like me. She's so sweet. Know that it ain't no cherry. Know that it ain't no cherry. She's just like candy. She's so sweet. So I started a business, and I'm really excited to. I'm excited as an entrepreneur to have launched something like and I feel like when you're starting a business, it's always best to start when you're young because it's easier to fall. Like it's not it's kind of like a toddler, like they fall and like they get up and then they're still playing again. Like that's what it's like to start a business at a young age because when you're like older, you kind of feel the loss more than you do when you're younger. I mean, it just depends on the person. I mean, like an older person can start a business and like an older person can start a business and um and like get back up from it if they can, but like it's still like but it's like the younger you are, you're able to take that L and like move on with it. Like, you kind of have like you kind of grow this resentment. Like when you get older, you grow this resentment as to where like why, and it is. I would say you resent like that it didn't work, but like you're kind of just like why didn't I do this when I was like younger, or like why didn't I do this like anytime sooner when I could have. And you think about like all the slots, like the time slots as to where you could have had created it and it would have been like, you know, ahead of time, but you're like way past the time limit. So, I'm like, I'm learning the new territory of being an entrepreneur, which is like dealing with people who have the same concept as you, like um, dealing with people who are trying to, people who you inspire, and then they're, people who you inspire, and you end up like, they want to supersede you, but you're like, baby, I birthed you. I birthed this idea. I gave you this idea, right? Like, and I mean, sometimes, right? Um, But honestly, I'm so blessed to actually have my business, and I'm actually really blessed to have my business because it allows me to creatively express myself through, through a vision that I've like created. And it's just allowed me to create this vision, and like it allows me to put it into emotion where, it puts me in emotion where I can move forward, and in the long run, like I'm able to see the fruits of my labor. I definitely manifested it. Like I manifested this business. Like when I was like, when I was like praying to God, like about, hey, when I was praying to God about creating a business, I thought it was going to be something totally completely different. And then like I had gotten my idea like a few days. I had gotten my idea like a few days before I had gotten my idea a few days before New Year's, and I had executed it, and then by the time of New Year's I launched my business. So but yeah, so it's a lash business. It's an eyelashes business. It's like strip eyelashes, and which is very exciting because I've done pretty well. Like, I've been making sales. Like, I've been making, as an entrepreneur, you have the ability to create that flow of you have that ability to create that income for yourself, right? So like um diamonds in my neck. But you have the ability to create that income for yourself as an entrepreneur. And that's when you invest in yourself, you're investing in your company. Like I'm investing in my company because I'm investing in myself, because I'm the spokesperson for my business, for my company, right? And that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Like, and it's kind of crazy because like when you start your business, people kind of try and tell you like how you should go about it, and it's like, now what makes you think? I mean, I understand if you have your perception is like, I understand your perception, but you start a business. It's like parents who like, raise you, and they're like, well, your kids are bad. Well, you raised me. And I'm not saying their kids are bad, but I'm just saying like, but like, you said wait until I have. Now I have. Just back up a little bit. Let me ruin them a little bit. Let me ruin them myself. Let me ruin them with the things that you've taught me. Like, let me do that. I'm just kidding. Hold on. Let me ruin them. Let me ruin my business. I'm just kidding. Eat it up, yum. Like, I'm just kidding. All right, I'm cutting up when my part comes. I'm cutting up. Everywhere I go now, always caption like some heat, say who you be, that's all peace. Got her popping through this beat. She invite me to her crib. I walk in, she say my heat. She said, but I live in the hills. She said, that's the way I sleep. That madness, I'm a savage. I'm trying to live my life. Hey, I'm your daddy now. Number one daddy, I'm your daddy now. Look at me like you want it. Tell him that we ain't starting it. Walk that we ain't parting it. King of this club, I love it. Come here without a permit. This shit really ain't talking. Relax and end it. See money all around me. I look like I'm the man. Yeah, but I'm just counting up like last week. Tell me where have you been? You came out of hiding, girl. You just a fan. You don't know, dang. You don't know, no. She see money all around me. I look like I'm the man. But I was down and out like last week. Tell me where have you been? You came out of hiding, girl. Like I'm your man. You just a fan. You don't hold me. No. No. She see money all around me. I'm gonna start with this to get the Nubian Queen. I'm gonna get the Nubian Queen out. It's called Zulu. Okay. Boom. I need that yellow. So, not a hiding girl. You don't hold. No. She see money all around me. I look like I'm the man. Yeah, but I was down and out like last week. Tell me where. Okay, so so this yellow is coming out a little prominent. Like it's really coming out very prominent, and I'm like, ooh, highlighter. She see money all around me. Oh my god. Yeah. I'm excited to start my lash band. I'm excited to move forward. You know, I'm like following my blessings. Like I'm really following my blessings, and it's so beautiful to actually see it because it's kind of like, not only am I moving into my blessings, like I'm moving away from the lack thereof, like the lack of what I believe that I didn't have. So I'm like, yes, follow the light, like lead me to the way, like okay, slight ooh, I love this song. So last month I had went on a trip and I had did my makeup on the airplane. I'm that girl. I mean, I'm that girl who did that. I'm that girl. Anyway, I'm inspiring a lot of people, and it's kind of like, when you inspire people, I'm an Aquarius, so Aquariuses are very like original. They're trendsetters. They set the trends and people kind of follow after. I mean, essentially that's what it is because they're so futuristically thinking. That's where their like fashion style comes from. Like, they're very, and then like, the other signs, yeah, like they kind of like they follow through and like they put their own twist to it. But I'm like, hold on. Can I look at what I started real quick? Can I like look at it? Can I see it? Can I assess? And it's like, no, because I probably inspired somebody to damn near put their makeup on the plane. Okay. I sure did. Some way, some shape and form. I did. Okay. Hey, follow your mother. Follow your mother. Follow your mother, Hey. And if the shoe fits Cinderella, go ahead and put your foot in it. Okay, so there was a conversation that I had recently that I was talking about how masculines, like I was talking about how like psychologically you kind of like pick up on how your parents' parenting skills kind of affect you and how their parents like things that your parents learned in growing up, how it's like affected you and how that could either break or make your future, right? So I was watching a drama about how this author, he wrote a book. He writes these psychological books because his psyche is kind of messed up a little bit, right? I mean, everybody's psyche is a little messed up some way, shape, or form, right? So he he keeps on seeing this little kid, and this little kid keeps on following him around, right? His wanting him to read his manuscript and everything. And he's like, are you like, he's teaching him how to fight his dad off, like really. And really the kid is a projection of him when he was younger. Like the kid is I'm not saying he's schizophrenic, but he was like, he's seeing this kid follow him around, and the kid looks up to him. But like in all actuality, the kid is actually him when he was younger. Like it's the same, like the concept is same, but because he didn't want to make it he didn't want the character to really resonate with the person. Like his psyche like switched it up as to where his psyche switched it up to actually like make it seem like he's seeing things. This kid isn't actually alive. It's a character in his head that he created to need him, right? So he created a character in his head to need him, and so he can teach him these things, right? So this author, he has somebody following after him who is an aspiring author, an abused aspiring author or whatever. And like when the author was younger, his stepdad or his dad would like abuse him as well. But like those problems kind of like in his older age kind of like messed up his mental. And so now he believes that this made up fan is like following after him, like I want your attention. I want your attention. Look at my, read my stuff. Like, I need you. Like, I can relate to you. I can relate to you. Actually, you're just a projection of me that I need you to need. I need you to need me. You know, the power of manifestation is so real. Like, I remember I had like said I wanted to hang out with a certain group of people, like a certain culture, and that kind of popped up for me, and it was just a beautiful experience. Like, I mean, I obviously I was ready if I went, but like, I'm like, I'm shook because it actually happened. Like, I actually was like, I want to do this, and here you go. But that concept of, we're in the 21st century, and that concept of, father figures kind of um not allowing their sons to express that the vulnerability side of them is a no-no. It's a no-no moving forward. Um we need to value our little boys, because our little boys also, they grow up. These little boys grow up, and with that mentality that you create for them, it could either break them or make them. And I'm, as a full warning ahead of you, like, as a full warning, if a child is hurt, if a child is hurt, if a child is hurt, don't tell them to, like, man up. Don't tell them, and it's not even man up, but a system in the way. And yes, I get it. Like, if you're hurt and you're stuck in your ways as to, if you're stuck in your ways as to how your parent raised you, you need to, like, look at your childhood wounds. Like, reevaluate your childhood wounds and move forward, because you're, like, a child doesn't just come out, like, knowing exactly what to do. Like, you teach them what to do. Like, I'm mean to you, now you're teaching me to be mean to other people, because now that's kind of what I know. Like, I know that now. Like, I know that. You're creating a fear within them that I can't trust people. Like, I can't trust people, because the person who's supposed to guide me, like, I can't trust you. I can't trust you. Not only can I not trust you, but you're kind of setting me up for this kind of, like, failure of, and not failure, but it's just like, you're setting me up for something that I'm going to have to uninstall in my formula of DNA, right? I'm going to have to break that tie. Like, I'm going to have to break that that generational wound, that you've created, that you won't break, right? Because you're like, you're teaching me, like, obviously you have no wrongs or whatever. Anyway. But literally, this is the year of the best decade of my life. Like, um, I'm turning 21 this year, and like then less than a month. Like, that's really exciting. I created a business, and I wanted a phone for a really long time. And now I'm able to get one with the business that I created for myself. And I'm like, I'm starting to believe that I wait so much for you. All the talk, but it seems like it ain't come through. All the nights that the satisfy me. I see what I think you got me. Can you keep up? 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 Can you All right, let me see. What music do I listen to? What music do I listen to? I listen to all types of genres because it keeps you open-minded, and like I listen to from hip hop. I listen from hip hop to pop to like hi-fi, lo-fi. I listen to a lot of things. I listen to other like songs that don't have English verbiage in there, because that's how you learn a language. That's how you become universal. Like that's what it is. Like I love me some Spanish music. Like, and some people like love Spanish music and like that's their thing. Like it's the same concept. I listen to K-pop has made their way to like the motherland over here. I mean, I guess this is the motherland. I guess. But K-pop is just the same thing as Spanish music. It's the same thing as like you still won't understand it. Like the beat is like it's like. Okay. Okay. I do not know what to do next. You heard him? Owe me back like you owe your tax. Like, what the fuck? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. You can hold my ice.
racks, I'm big demo racks, I bring hella track with some metal packs. Better stack, she'll bend her back if I tell her that. I got X's and to the pedal bag, distortion. She single, lab, no cold rust. It's a finish, she can give it to euphoria. Question of the finish, I'm notorious. Victorious, secret of warrior. Before doors on beat to a roast, son. Look to Kara, she a loaded gun. Let's go for peanut, she a poacher, son. Don't approach your son. Don't give her no back, doesn't bad ex-coach scrub. No corrosion, that's all for it. No, she hoping I fall for it. But she ain't crack, I ain't ride for it. Hit her once and I'm off course. Like yellow forward on the golf course. My pussy bladders are hard force, so I fall forward. Face flash, she got loner buns. Space jam, poking up, she might face fuck. Hold the one, great one, cause she out of sight, out of mind, I'm out on road. On the grind, she gave me that. I got on my Texas, you know what fact, I ain't paying that. Face it back and you fake the package. My campaigners who sing with rap shit. You can't tame but you sing some brave shit. Makes a feature, you just got away, bitch. Josh Smith, D-Town, fuck the people you bees round. They ain't buzzing like honeycombs, you ain't bad boy, Sean Puffy Combs. Trusty boy, you busting noise, I'm gonna harmonize with the bumpy boys. My money sticks, your money ghost. Eating good and you butter toast. So I stack on backs in the base to a lane.
And the guy, get away, get away, get away, get away. Yo.
Take notes in the lives I spray. Go in the door for the lives, my dates. Like candles. Like fireworks. Double entendre. Yo, where the beat at? That's what I'm talking about. Saying yo, I see you. T-O to M-I. 416 to the 206. You done know. Hold me close like you holding close. Hold me close, you comatose.
Hey, what you call my toes? Hey, can you feel it in your toes? Can you feel it in your toes? Hey.
Like a cargo truck. Sticks so good at one standing cups. Hits so good she ain't standing up. Take the purse, she can't pass it up. Jumped it twice and I had to come. Suck the right, Molly made it. And I ain't gave her no Molly. Hey, she just knows that I'm on my shit. When I stroke it, no collar quits. See the cannons on mile of shit. Collar pussy, apocalypse. She ain't plus a thick mile of chicks. Radiates like I'm colleges. Here it goes, the rock soccer kits. Gave her wings like it's politics.
Okay, so we're gonna put on some big ass eyelashes. Make sure you check out Mariposa Lush Lashes. That is the new wave. That is the new wave for this decade, okay? Period, po. Period. Check it out. Check it out. And get you some eyelashes. I really don't want to like border that 40-minute, especially if I'm just like whatever. But well, fuck it. I'm live. This is how long it takes to make a video. So you need to thank your local YouTuber for putting their time in to talk to you, because this is like 33 minutes. Not that I want it to be 33 minutes, but like, yeah, no. It's 30 minutes, you know? But having an eyelash company, the fact that I'm able to be the creative director to direct the company the fact that I'm able to lead a company to a in a creative vision is unreal. Like it's a dream because like you're able to, okay, this is what I want to do for my, like this is what I see fit for my, where I want you to go. I want you to go in a certain direction. And it does. And it moves in that direction because why? Because you're I'm the spokesperson for for my idea. Like, you know? Eyelash done. One eyelash done. And you done. And the tip about wearing eyelashes is you can't be afraid to just get in there. Get in there. Get in close and real personal with your eye. Because at the end of the day, it's going to be real worth it when you finish your look. I'm a connoisseur of self-care, you know? Make sure you look right when you're going out. Like, make sure your personal image is, you know, make sure that people, like, you know, the people that you hang around with, like, they know that, you know, people be like, okay, don't dress cute. And it's just like, how can you tell somebody not to dress cute when they, like, care about their personal image? Like, you never know who somebody runs into that they might know. Like, I've ran into people that I didn't even think would be in that vicinity, and I knew them. Like, and do you want to look crusty when you see somebody that you haven't seen in a long time? Tell me about it, sis, because I can't relate. Like, tell me what's up. Tell me what's up. And you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? You know, I went through it. I actually did go through it, like, as to where, you know, I went through it as to where I was going on this streak, this kind of terrible streak. And, you know, it gave me a wake up call, like being in a situation where I didn't want to be in it. And, like, you know, I'm being talked to in the situation. I'm like, you know, maybe that way is not the right way. And especially because they're like, well, you're talking to me about starting your business. Do you really think that if you go down this road, do you think that's going to be like conducive to your growth? And as I'm saying that, not them are saying that, but I'm like, yeah, you're right. Maybe that's not conducive to my growth. Maybe I want to live to see my success. Maybe I want to make sure that I'm like being moving forward in the right way, not the left way, right? But that situation did kind of lead me to realize how determined I was and how, like, you know, and it's kind of like when you really want something and you're willing to step on people's feet to like get it. And it's kind of like, you know, and that's kind of like, I'm determined. Yes, that's a positive attribute, but turn it, like, make it positive. Like, stop, you don't have to be negative with your positive attribute, because then that, like, what does that say about you? What does that say about you? I should be a DJ. I've always wanted to be a DJ. Like, I've always wanted to be a DJ. I cannot believe I said Anyway. When you line your lips, it's the most important part. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why lining your lips is the most exciting and most conducive part. So I'm grateful. One of my best features on my face is my lips. My lips. You know, they're just smackable. They're smackable. Like, they're smackable. They're smackable, you know. And they create that illusion. When you line your lips, it creates that illusion of, ooh, barati, ooh. Let's just enjoy this. Enjoy this part. Enjoy this part. Okay, not yet. It's not yet, but I will let you know. Oh. Okay, here it is. And I'm gonna rock out. And I'm gonna rock out.
I've been going through it all, yeah. That goal against the wall, trying hard not to fall, yeah. All I wanted was the ball. I've been going through it all, yeah. That goal against the wall, I only get one call, yeah. Who the fuck do I call? I ain't got no friends. All I got is my fam. If you don't really give a fuck,
and we don't really
give a damn. Fuck all these other niggas. Don't wanna do a song with you. If you wanna know what I'm thinking, then follow me on my Twitter. Think I've been too nice, but this is where the shit ends. Y'all done got to relax. Can't stick to the fucking facts. I don't fuck with nobody. I never fuck with nobody. You can ask anybody. If they say I did, then they lying. All this could have been avoided. The nigga really had to snap.
But I had to snap.
And ain't nobody had my back. Where the fuck was y'all at? When Badu went down, soon as I'm back up, everybody wanna come around. Y'all know I go hard, so push up the fucking fader. Yesterday I'm a hater, today's the cover of the fader. I've been going through it all, no drugs, no alcohol. 420 came back around, but I already came down. I thought I had it figured out, but then it all came clear. Only thing that kept me going is looking in the fucking mirror. I'm just too damn pretty. I know your man agree with me. The world will
I know your man agree with me. Hey.
She looks back in your face, Instagram and book face, and I ain't done with y'all yet. Going up the internet. I've been going through it all. That's why I'm going hard. You did the shit to yourself. I swear it's not my fault. Today I'm feeling really blessed. So I'ma count my blessings.
Yeah.
For all you hoes to be testing. I've been going through it all. Back all against the wall. Trying hard not to fall. All I wanted was the ball. I've been going through it all. Back all against the wall. I only get one call. Who the fuck do I call? I've been going through it all. Back all against the wall. Trying hard not to fall. All I wanted was the ball. I've been going through it all. Back all against the wall. I only get one call. Who the fuck do I call? Wintertime.
Hey.
I've been going through it all. I've been going through it all.
Okay.
I've been going through it all.
Give me a shit. The way I walk, look at me flex. I got a song.
Okay, yeah, this is too long. I'm gonna go. Bye.
Don't try me to think I don't